Hi everybody, in this video we're going to look at how to get your computer set up to code with Python. Everything we're using is free of charge. We will need three things. One, to download Python itself. Two, a program we can use to talk to the computer in Python. And three, a program that allows the computer to process what you said and give you something in return. Let's begin with Python. Open your browser and search Python download. Open the python.org link and click the yellow download button. You will see it's downloading a small file, and when it says open file, click the box and run through setup. Now you'll have Python, but you won't be able to do anything with it until you can download a program that uses it. There's a few programs that we could use, and the one that we're going to look at is Atom. Let's browse a search for Atom. Click into the site and download. Again, the box will come up. Click open file when it's ready and it will tell you that it's installing, and then the program will launch. I already have it. And it will look something like this. Ignore the yellow box, that won't appear on yours. It will have perhaps 3 or 4 tabs at the top here welcoming you to the program if it's the first time that you've used it. You can simply click the cross in the corner of each one because you don't need any of them. You don't need to do anything with them. So that's all good. Let's create a shortcut into Atom. So go into the search bar, type Atom, and it says pin to taskbar. Click that and you can see down here we now have a shortcut, and you can click that anytime that you want to get into Atom. Now when you write code you're going to want a safe place to save it. Let's click into File Explorer, go into the hard drive, so into a search bar, and it's very likely to be the C drive, colon, and then you could put a slash, hit enter, and these are the things that are on my hard drive. I want to create a new folder here, so I right click, new folder, we're going to call that Python code. Notice there is no space in between those words, and then click enter. Now go back into Atom. You could use the mouse or you can hold Alt down and press Tab until it appears. And you can cycle through each of your windows that way. This is the one that we want. Go to File, Open Folder, the C drive, and here's our new folder. So we'll select that and click Select Folder. And that's all good then. Now we have steps 1 and 2 completed. We're set up to talk to the computer in Python and have it understand us. For step 3, type PowerShell into the search bar. And you can see it auto suggests. Click down, pin it to the taskbar so that we can access it easily as well, and then let's open it. I like to drag my windows over to the side so that you can see 2 of them together. That's very useful, and we'll see why that is in a bit. Now when we go into PowerShell, the first thing you notice is it looks like it's about 30 years old. But don't worry about what it looks like, we're here for what it can do. Now PowerShell offers us 2 options. Number 1, type Python and hit enter. If a computer redirects you into the Microsoft Store, follow the install prompt. Now by typing Python and pressing enter, you can directly code with Python in PowerShell, and you'll spend a lot of time experimenting and learning syntax, which means making sure that your Python is grammatically correct so the computer can understand what you're saying. type print, no spaces, open brackets, speech mark, hello, exclamation mark, speech mark, and close bracket, and press enter. And what the console has done is printed the word hello for us. And that will work with anything we want. Again, print, no space, let's move the cursor for you. And let's try this time, how are you? Question mark. Close speech mark, close bracket, hit enter, and you can see that it works. If you wish, you can pause the video now and try that with a couple of things yourself. After you've done that, type quit, open bracket, close bracket, and press enter. Writing directly into Powershell is okay for experiments and short pieces of code, but it is not helpful for longer code. That's where we want to use our text editor, Atom. We want to tell Powershell where to find any code that we write using Atom. And we've created the Python code folder so we can save our files in that. So using Powershell, let's find that. Type cd c:/Python code, and you can see that it's changed folder, it's changed directory, and it's now where we want it to be. CD stands for change directory. And that's something that you'll use quite a lot. Everything is now set up. Let's run a simple experiment to show the three parts working together. So we go back into Atom. Control and N will open a new file. Control and S will save it. But we're going to call this printer and save. Now we type in the same code as before. So print, open bracket, there's no space, hello, exclamation mark. And then we want to save it again. Now we can see there's a problem here, and you'll get to spot this. One of the great things about Atom is it adds colour to the different elements of your code. Now here we don't have any colour, so we can see that there's a problem. And the problem is this. When we named it, we simply called it printer. Now Python files have to end with .py. So we'll right click on the file and we'll rename it to add.py, hit enter, and now you can see those words are coloured in, which is terrific. Control and S to save again, but we don't need to, but it's always a good habit. Over to PowerShell and type in Python and then the program name, so printer, and remember that .py. Click enter, and it prints hello just as before. So we can now see that everything is working together. And if you want to, you can go back into Atom and you can change the message to say, how are you? Question mark. Make sure that everything looks right. No space between print and the brackets. Speech mark either end, bracket either end, and that's right. Now we have a blue circle just above the cursor, and that means that the work is not saved. So if we try to go into PowerShell now, and we will, we move back over and we enter the program, you can see it still says hello, because that's what the save file says. Go back to Atom, save it with Control and S, go back to PowerShell, and we want to enter the program again. Now we could type Python printer.py, or we could just press the up arrow key and it shows you the things that you last typed. Now this is the one that we want because that's Python and our program name, and when we press enter it should now say how are you, and it does. So we can see that Python has printed our updated message. We have accomplished everything we set out to. Thank you for watching.